Hello and welcome back to the Achievement Planner. Today I'm coming to you with the infamous Resident Evil 6. That's right, the game that most people hate and a few of us kind of like. And I actually I love this game. The problem is I also hate it. Yeah, because it's irritating. Anyway, but it really is good in some places. So this game has 70 achievements, 50 base game achievements, and 20 DLC online mode achievements. And then it's 1,500 gamer score. So without the online mode, just the regular base game, it's about a 5 out of 10 difficulty. Honestly, it might even be a little less, but I just put that there because there are a lot of there are a lot of places where it might be really hard if you're playing professional without infinite ammo. And then 10 out of 10 difficulty question mark with DLC online modes. Why is there a question mark there? Oh, I'll explain. Completion time 35 to 50 hours. It wasn't super hard. Like time-wise, it wasn't that long, but you know what makes it a lot longer? The online modes, yeah. All right, playthrough number 1, amateur difficulty, miscellaneous achievements, and all the collectible serpent emblems, which I'll eventually put up a guide. All right, playthrough number 2, professional difficulty with infinite ammo, but you don't even have to play every level, and I'll explain that later. Playthrough number 3, miscellaneous achievement cleanup, which you'll get. It's not hard. You just have to kind of know what you're doing. Some of the things take a little skill. All right. Playthrough number 4, 5, and 6, and 7. Why are there question marks? Because I tried replaying these modes now. First of all, to do these modes is so annoyingly difficult. Because to get a match online is, I think it might actually be impossible. I tried getting an online match back when I did this a year ago, and I literally could not find an online match. I had found 2 friends, and they helped me through all of it, and we just farmed out all the kills. They were so frustrating to do this. Not they were, these achievements. But anyway, whatever. But back in the day, it was probably kind of fun. And the question mark is there. Why? Because I just tried to make videos of this now to show you, and it glitched out and my game closed. Every single time I tried any of the online modes. If I tried playing the main story online, the game would just shut off. So this game is majorly messed up when it comes to this. So you may not ever be able to get these 20 DLC online modes. And I can tell you can't go online with the regular story either, which I saw. That means I guess you might not be able to play co-op online. Yeah, that's really frustrating. So you can play co-op in person, like couch co-op. But as of right now, according to what I did, you can't play this game online. Yeah. And that's actually kind of frustrating because I wanted to get videos, and that means you can't get 1,500 gamer score. I was lucky I got it back when I did. So anyway, that's very disappointing. I'm sorry. But we're going to move on. We're going to talk about it, though, just in case you can get everything. Category number 1, story achievements. 21 achievements for 310 gamer score. 21! That's a lot. So the tutorial is the first thing you play, obviously. By playing that, you get that achievement. And then there are different story modes. You can play Leon's story, which has 5 chapters, Jake's story, Chris's story, and Ada's story. And actually, Leon's story you can play as him or Helena. Jake you could play as him or Sherry. And then Chris's story you can play as Chris or Piers. And Ada you can play as Ada. Yeah. But you just have to complete the stories. That's it. It takes a long time, honestly, to do all those stories. But the stories connect. And it's awesome how they connect. Yeah. Problem is this game isn't really that scary. That's the problem. All right, category number 2, menu achievements. 6 achievements for 120 gamer score. So what do I mean by menu achievements? I mean that in the menu itself, like the main menu area, you can actually get these achievements. All right, so the first one is better than none. Purchase 1 skill. And yeah, you can get skills no problem by playing the campaign, and then you can go to skill settings in the menu, and you can then buy one, or you can buy one just throughout as you're in between levels. You can buy them, or when you finish a section. But yeah, you could also do it from the menu by going to skill settings. You just buy any skill. You're gonna buy so many skills, yeah. All right, they're action figures. Collect 3 figures, yeah. So by finding all 4 serpent emblems on 3 of the levels, all right? You don't have to find all the certain emblems, but to find 3 figures, you have to get, basically every level you find, you get a figure. Yeah, so you just have to do all 4 of them on 3 of those levels, you get the 3 figures. And you have to go in from the menu into the figure area, and then it will show you the different figures. You have to actually go in and see them. All right, you'll see in the video right there. So number 3, covered in brass, earned 150 different medals. So now there are 418 medals in all. So you're probably gonna be fine with this. But doing medals is different things like different kills, different ways of doing things, doing story stuff. Yeah, there are a lot of ways you can get this. So the easy ones especially are super easy. You'll get them. But I can't imagine you wouldn't get 150. Now check out my dog tags. Customize your dog tags. So you get these dog tags you can use. And I don't really remember. I guess I used them online originally. But you go to the play game area of the menu. And under dog tags, you can go in and customize it. And as you play the game, you'll get more customizations. And number 5, you earn 10 different titles. You get titles as you play through the game. And you just have to customize your dog tags with the titles. 10 titles. You just have to earn 10 titles. You don't have to even put them on the dog tags. All right. And then the last one, rising up, earn a level 4 title. So now the thing about this one is, well, it's a little harder. So now to get these, a couple of them under the dog tags, my skills area. If you earn a total of 200,000 skill points, you should be able to get this. Like as you're going through Mad Skills Achievement, you could get the level 4 title to put on your dog tags. And then if you walk 5K meters, or if you dash 5K meters, or if you make 1K times headshots, then you could also get, these are all different ways you can get some of the easier level 4 titles. So, yeah, so, I mean, you should be able to get that as you play. Try to get one of those 4 that I just mentioned. All right, category 3, miscellaneous achievements. 6 achievements for 90 gamer score. So when you're playing a game, you can do this counter move right before they hit you. I don't know why I said it like that. Right before they hit you, you could do a counter move. So now this is actually kind of challenging. But I actually did it online originally, but I replayed it. Oh, by the way, if you don't see achievements popping, it is because I already got 100% of this last year, like I said. And I'm just replaying it now without, on my account that I had already had all the achievements. That's why nothing's unlocking. All right, but counter enemies attack 3 times in a row. So I did this in the graveyard, and you'll see these like weird skeleton zombie things, and they're the easiest, I feel like, to counter. So I just had a bunch of them, and I kept doing it over and over. In like 5 minutes, I had 3 in a row. So, yeah, so that's how you should do that. You can probably do it anywhere, though. 2, lifesaver. Lifesaver. Help or rescue your partner 10 times. And this one, you have to make sure that your partner dies. So if you're on the easiest difficulty, I feel like you won't get it. I think I may have put it on like the hardest difficulty for this, or harder difficulty. And they're like, help! Or they're dying. And you just go up to them, save them. There you go. Help, she says. All right. I prefer them alive. Rescue 2 female survivors at the cathedral. So for this one, this is in Leon's story 2-2. And it's after you do all the puzzles in the cathedral, and you get down and this one monster comes out. I won't tell you about the monster. Well, it's probably on the screen. You have to kill this thing before it can get to any of the female survivors. And there are 2 specific female survivors. So you just have to make sure you kill it. So make sure you have tons of ammo and tons of things to kill it with. All right? And that way you can, get it in time. So maybe make a save before that so you can redo it a couple times. That would be a smart thing to do. All right. Number 4, hard choice. Shoot the helicopter pilot with a magnum at point blank range. Wow. So this one's in Jake's story, level 4-2. And you can actually get this with the 909 gun or the elephant shooter. I use the elephant shooter. And you could probably see it in the video. There's this section here. And then this rope is swinging down from the helicopter. And you just have to climb up the rope. And this is totally missable. Normally, you wouldn't actually do this. Chris would help you with the helicopter. But in this case, you climb up this rope, you get all the way up on top, and you just have to shoot the guy in the head with the Magnum, or the elephant gun, or the 909. So yeah, so that's how you do that one, though. But it's definitely missable, so make sure you don't miss it. And try to find this spot. All right, 5, sneaking around. Get through the aircraft carrier's bridge area without being noticed. And I'm going to put up a guide for this one, because this is a little challenging. Ada is super sneaky. And this is, by the way, this is her 4-2 level. And you can watch the guide exactly how to do it, or you can figure it out. But you have to make sure you're not noticed at all. So any of the enemies in the area you have to kill, you can kill with the crossbow, because the crossbow is silent. And I won't tell you what enemies you have to kill. You'll see. All right, and then the last one, Flying Ace, 15 gamer score. These are all 15 gamer score. Pilot the VTOL without getting a scratch on it. And this is in Chris's story 4-4. And you press the right bumper to avoid it and protect the thing. And some people say you can get this if you don't shoot any of the things you're supposed to shoot. Because here's the deal: your partner, whether they're an AI partner or whether they're a real person, they're shooting them for you if you're Chris. So when you're Chris, you're trying to avoid them. All right. So it says you just have to avoid all that and don't get a scratch on it. And then eventually you have to go like through the entire section. So you have the Piers is going to go down and try to do some stuff. You have to protect him. And then once the entire section's back and he jumps back on your helicopter, you get that. And guess what? If you're not the person doing the actual avoiding of the VTOL and piloting it, you also should get the achievement. Yeah, a lot of these you get the achievement if you're doing co-op stuff together, which is great. I think the same thing for the helicopter pilot. I think that the co-op partner also gets it. I think. All right. Category 4, kill achievements. 5 achievements for 75 gamer score. Number 1, down, not out. Defeat an enemy while dying, then recover without any help. So I did this one. I mean, you could do this anywhere, honestly, but you have to do this when you're on a higher difficulty. I may have done it on normal, I forget, but I know I did it so long ago. Even though I replayed some of this, but what you need to do is you're dying. You're like, help, I can't do this. But, you have to have on the Lone Wolf skill, all right? You have to make sure you have the Lone Wolf skill on. You buy that. That way your partner will not help you. And then you have to figure it out yourself. So just kill an enemy while you're doing it, and then you recover. Because eventually, as time goes on, you will recover. So that as long as nobody hits you. So that's how you do that. Number 2, finish what you start. Perform a coup de grace on 10 enemies. And this is one of the moves you get. It's kind of like a finisher move. You'll see this when you're fighting against enemies. And you just have to do it 10 times in enemies. But I feel like I didn't even try getting this at one point. I just got it. Yeah, because it's part of it. So 3, bring the heat. Take down an enemy from 50 meters away with a headshot using the thermal scope. This one was actually frustrating. This I got on Piers, his chapter 2, and he has this special sniper rifle with a thermal scope. And you can see in the video like where I am, and I put the scope on at this part. I went all the way back into like corner area, and then I sniped the one guy in the building that I'm sniping at. Yeah, and that was the person I did. There are other people you can get, but this is the easiest one that I found that most people do. So, number 4, silent killer. Use a stealth attack to take down 5 enemies. And give a little push. Knock 10 enemies off a high place. So you can see in the video right here. Chris, story level 1-3. It's called the rooftops. And I'm just knocking that dude off. Yeah, 5 times. And then 10 times. And guess what? It counts for 5 stealth kills. And 10 enemy kills from a high edge. Yeah, that's all you got to do. I mean, now you can get this throughout the story if you want. But honestly, you could just do that. Category 5, enemy achievements. For 3 achievements for 60 gamer score. Number 1, defeat 500 zombies. So just the more you play, the more you'll kill. Number 2, Juavo genocide. That's killing 500 Juavo. That's another kind of enemy you find. Mostly in Jake's campaign, I feel like. All right, number 3, BOWs are ugly. Defeat 100 enemies that come out of chrysalid. And this, I got this Chris's story, chapter 5-1. Called the underwater facility, and you're going to be in this area where you have to kill these enemies and get out, and these chrysalid things are opening up. So now if you restart the checkpoint after you kill them all, you can keep doing it and grind them out. So it keeps counting. If you keep doing it, keep doing it. All right, it keeps counting. So this is the area that I would suggest doing it on. This is where most people do it also. So yeah, you have to kill that many. Category 6, weapon achievements. 3 achievements for 60 gamer score. Number 1, defeat 10 enemies with a stun rod charge attack. And this you get in Jake's campaign when you're playing as Ashley. She has this. Not Ashley. Oh my gosh. Playing as Sherry. Playing as Sherry, you can get... Did I say Ashley earlier? I don't know. But it's Sherry who you're playing as, not Ashley. And you take this rod, the stun rod, and you kind of charge it up. And then you hit them, and it should one-hit kill them. You just have to do that 10 times. You can also do this in the Mercenaries mode, by the way, which you can do online. So you can do Mercenaries without it crashing. Yeah. So that's how you do that. Number 2, Stuntman. Defeat 20 enemies with the Hydra using a quick shot. I found that you can only do this with Helena. And to do this, you can actually do this in the story if you're playing as her. or you could do this in Mercenaries mode also. You have to press left trigger and right trigger at the same time. She'll do this quick shot thing. It's pretty cool, actually. Yeah, so that's what you have to do for that achievement. The next one is Weapons Master. Use all the weapons in the game and kill 10 enemies with each of them. And so this isn't super challenging. You just have to make sure you get all the weapons. Yeah, but this one was not hard, to be honest. Just make sure you... Oh, and in the menu it tells you how many enemies you killed with each one, which is really fantastic. All right. Next category. Category 7, Collectible Achievements. 2 achievements for 120 gamer score. Number 1, Heirlooms, 30 gamer score. Collect all serpent emblems. And I'll put a guide up for this to show you where all the serpent emblems are. And they weren't that hard to find. And yeah, once you start getting those, you'll get the figures today, the action figures. I can't think of words today. Anyway, number 2, Mad Skills, 90 gamer score. Max out all the skills that allow you to level up. So for this one, the best place to go for this one is Jake's level 4-3 if you want to just keep grinding it out. So what you're collecting is actually points that you're going to use in the skill shop, and then you're going to end up buying things. So for this, if you put it on No Hope on this chapter, this will give you actually times 2 the points. And as you're going through this street area, which you can see in the video, there are different points you find. There's one that's 2,000 points, and then there's another chest with 5,000 points. And if you just keep doing this over and over, you'll get this. And eventually, you need 951,000 skill points to get all the things you need. And to do all the things, you don't need everything. I think people said that, like, just the main upgrade stuff. So, like, you know, the firepower, melee, the defense, things like that. And if you level them up all the way, you will get this. And yeah, I remember it not being too hard, but I had to really grind that out. All right, so then, and the only other category left of the story mode is difficulty achievements, category 8, and there are 4 achievements for 165 gamer score. So I normally put some of these in other categories, but I just put them all in one. Basically, you have to beat the game on amateur, normal, veteran, and professional. If you beat it on professional right away, or veteran right away, or normal right away, you get amateur. It's kind of like, yeah, you get all of them for the beating the higher one. So now, if you beat it on amateur, let's say, and you unlock every one of the parts of every one of the missions, because each story part has different parts to it. So, if you have all the story parts unlocked on amateur, and then you go into professional, you can do the final part of each story section. Which means Leon's story you could do just the final one, so the final chapter. Not the final chapter, the final part of chapter 1, the final part of chapter 2, the final part of chapter... And then you can just do that and it'll finish the entire chapter. And you don't have to actually play the entire game. That is like a huge little cheat there. But, you know, honestly, it's not super hard because by that point you might have unlimited ammo. Yeah, I remember Resident Evil 5 and 6 both not being so hard because of the unlimited ammo. So, yeah, I mean, that was good. That was what was missing from a few of them. So, yeah, that's basically that. That's the whole game. Isn't that? I mean, it's not a lot. It's just little things. And the story is very long. Now, when it comes to these other 4, I'm just going to go over the achievements very quickly. But, like I said, as of now, you can't actually get these achievements. But, here we go. Category 9, Survivors Mode achievements. 5 achievements for 125 gamer score. So, Survivors Mode is where it's kind of like a death match. And this death match, it's six players, and once you die, you turn into a Joavo. And then if you kill 2 more humans, then you could turn back into a human. And basically, you need to try to be the last person standing, a death match. So yeah, so it's a pretty fun mode, but you can't play it. Anyway, so the first one is return to the game as a human character, which means you have to be killed and then kill 2 more humans to become a human. All right, so number 2, team effort. Win without any members of your team being killed. And if you're boosting with friends, this is very easy because you're gonna try to do that on purpose. And then number 3, survive the day end using only physical attacks. Number 4, win 5 times in a row. And number 5, defeat 100 agents. So yeah, if that could ever work, then you could play that mode. All right, the Predator mode, category 10, 5 achievements for 125 gamer score. This is a 5v1 Ustanak mode. So Ustanak is this really creepy character in the game that's in Jake's campaign. And you could play as Ustanak, or you could play as one of the 5 characters trying to escape. So basically, the Survivors mode is like Resident Evil Reavers game, and Predator mode is like Dead by Daylight or Texas Chainsaw, where there's one villain and you have to all survive. So number 1 is defeat Ustanak with only 1 agent remaining. All right, so you could boost that out, or you could just have luck. Number 2, and defeat Ustanak without anyone on your team being captured, because he can capture you. As Ustanak, next one is capture total 50 humans, so that you get that over time. And then, but just like those other games, that like Dead by Daylight, those achievements are harder because you have to get Ustanak as your character. You know. Number 4, eliminate all players as Ustanak in less than a minute. That's challenging if you're doing that for real. Number 5, defeat Ustanak 20 times. I can't read numbers. Yeah, 20 times. So there you go. Category 11, Siege Mode achievements. And Siege Mode is a 3 versus 3 human versus monster game. All right. So so number 1, defeat the BSAA as a creature without dying once. So defeat all 3 of the humans. 2 sides of the same coin, win 10 times. Everybody dies. Defeat 100 player-controlled agents, 100 player-controlled creatures. This was a nightmare. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, I remember boosting this with my 2 friends, and, like, we had to keep killing each... Oh, my gosh. We had to keep killing each other so much. This was so frustrating, because I would go in like a spike trap, and then I would be almost dead. I'd be walking around dead, and then they would kill me finally. But so frustrating. Anyway, if this works, this is a grind. This achievement in particular. All right, number 4, protect and serve. Protect the BSAA without any of them getting hurt, so you can protect the BSAA agents. And then 5, defeat the BSAA 100 times. There you go. Oh man, that one achievement. That was the hardest one because it took so long. And category 12, Onslaught mode. And this was 5 achievements, same 125. And for number 1, killer combo, achieve a 30. Oh, so this game is a 1 versus 1 sending enemies. This is actually my favorite favorite online multiplayer game I think I've ever played. You defeat enemies, and those enemies get sent to your opponent in the same arena, but it's like a different world. Yeah, I love this. Killer combo, achieve a 30 combo chain, which you can just get for not getting hit. Number 2, kill or be killed, win while in a dying state. Number 3, defeat your opponent and achieve victory 3 stages. You are SOL. Defeat your opponent 10 times with enemies you sent, and surround on all sides. Send 2,000 enemies to your opponent's map. This was so fun. This sounds like it would take a long time, which it did take a little bit, a whole night, but I loved it. Yeah, this one was so fun. Anyway, this is Resident Evil 6. Hopefully, you could definitely get the single player stuff done. You should definitely play this game. It's worth it. It's not scary, but it's definitely worth it. Multiplayer, I really hope they fix that. I know it's been like years since it hasn't worked, even though it worked for me last year, which is very confusing. But I have a friend who hasn't worked for a long time. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoy this game. Please let me know if you enjoy it, and yeah, I'll see you next time on the Achievement Planner.